everyone, this is Niki Rowland for Bramble Fox, and today I am making a Halloween layout using the Trick or Treat set that's available in the store. So I have Trick or Treat is in black, and I have two accessories that go with it, which is the witch on a broom and the very just starting off by fussy cutting out all these houses on this crepe paper, hay pumpkin pattern paper. As soon as I saw this paper, I knew I had to save it for trick or treat photos, because obviously we go around to lots of different houses. So I fussy cut out practically all of the houses on that piece of paper, and then I'm going to layer them up along the bottom to kind of make a scene. I'm not really aiming for a real scene, you know, not trying to make it look as though we're walking down the road or anything like that, but I just want to just have lots and lots of houses at the bottom of my layout. So there's a few bits that I haven't fussy cut out. So there's some trees and some bats and a couple more houses, or part houses, that were from the edge that I'm saving for later just in case I need, but on the whole I have fussy cut out practically all of those houses. They're so cute, they're so cool, I really love them. They're certainly really great for Halloween houses, definitely. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of play around and see how my houses are going to look, and I've torn a piece of pattern paper that's the same pattern paper but the other side. It's a really lovely print actually. It's an orange colour with little white stars all over it, so it's a really great Halloween print, but because it had those fantastic houses on the other side, that's what I have mostly done with that sheet. But I've taken that small piece that I had remaining and torn it and used that along the bottom edge of my layout. Okay, so I've got lots and lots of houses there, as you can see, and I have a bit of a sloped road going on there, and I'm going to plan to have Trick or Treat at the top there with those little accessories around as well. These perspectives are in black, and they're kind of very shiny and lovely, really great for Halloween, of course. So if you're like me and do scrapbook your Halloween photos after Halloween, then these are great to use. Okay, so I've hardly got anything left of this collection now. I've used so much of it. So I'm really just finding some scraps and figuring out what will work. So I've pulled out a scrap of that black paper, which I've used at the top there, and just distressed the edges and stuck that across the top. I just felt that the top of the layout needed grounding. I generally don't like Halloween layouts on white cardstock backgrounds, but as I don't seem to be able to scrapbook with anything other than a white cardstock background, and also I didn't have any full sheets of paper left. My choices were limited, so I just kind of went for it. So I just felt that the layout needed something at the top, needed grounding, although grounding would normally be at the bottom. So I don't know what the opposite word of that is, but I definitely needed something along the top. So I've just realised that I've got a couple of other bigger houses that I should pull out. So there's that one that I've just stuck to my trimmer. That's the chipboard one from the sticker sheet, the big sticker sheet, and I think I have another ephemera house too. And you can see there I've now just stuck them in place, so I didn't want you to have to sit and watch me stick every single one of those houses down, but that's what I've done. And you can see that I've put some on front of the put some in the foreground on top of that pattern paper, and then they're all layered behind each other. I just wanted to have like a village scene, effectively a Halloween village scene going on. So yeah, that's what I've layered up all of those houses there. Now I've stuck all of them flat at the bottom, and all of the tops will be raised on foam pads. At the moment, none of them are stuck on foam pads, and that's because my photos aren't in place yet, and I want to be able to tuck things in under those houses if I need to. So I will go over later and add foam pads under each one of those houses to make sure they don't go anywhere, but that will be after I get my photos in place. Right, so I'm now just decided that my scene at the bottom needs a few trees. So I'm fussy cutting out some trees from that same paper. There were quite a few on the paper, and I just cut out the houses to begin with. And there's also some really cute trick-or-treaters going around on that paper too. So there's some witches and there's some ghosts, and I just thought I'd cut a few of those out and place those on the layout as well. They're really, really cute, and they were perfect, so I kind of tucked them in here and there. Okay, so now my scene at the bottom is mostly sorted. I'm just moving on to mounting my photos. So like I said, I don't have a lot left of this collection at this point, or at the time of making this layout. So I'm just mounting my photos onto black cardstock, or certainly that's the big photo I've just mounted onto black cardstock, and this smaller photo I'm mounting onto a journaling card, which I'd already cut the middle from, so I've just got the remaining piece around the edge. I've kept it because, you know, I keep everything, because it might come in useful, you know. I've distressed the edges of both of those, so distressed the edges of the black cardstock around the big photo, and distressed the edges of the journaling card around the other one, and then I can just tuck my photos underneath all of those houses, and have my photos have the houses, the top of the houses overlapping the bottom of the photo. So I'm just getting those trick-or-treaters and the trees stuck in place. I've just realised that none of them are actually stuck down. I'll do this a lot, make my whole layout, and then realise that nothing's actually stuck. I'm trying my best to do these things as I go along, rather than pick up the layout later and it will fall off. It's not good. Right, so my photos look like they're pretty much in place. I'm happy with the position of those there, and now I've just got to figure out where the witch is going to go. So I kind of want her flying in the air because she's a witch on a broomstick, but then I don't really know where my trick-or-treat title should go, because in the middle it doesn't quite look right, because I've got the step up from the photo. It doesn't quite look right. Anyway, I have this large area down the bottom there where I could put a cluster. So I've layered up a pumpkin with a piece of another piece of ephemera just to layer behind it. Oh, there's that massive house. I thought I had a massive house on this layout. I just found it in the ephemera kit. So I'm just poking that in. My photos still aren't stuck. And then I'm going to go back to this little cluster that I've got going on here at the bottom. So perfect place for the crow, I think. I was going to have them both at the top of the layout, but actually I think it would be better with the crow at the bottom. I'm really trying to get this saying in. It says broom hair don't care, and as we have with the photos, which expecting broom hair, which saying we have on this. I'm just getting all of those bits stuck again. Second place of adding a few more here and there. I've also fussy cut out the moon, some clouds, some bats, and some stars from the same background paper that had all the houses on. So I really have made practically this whole layout just out of that one sheet of paper. So quite amazing really what you can make with one sheet of paper. I have obviously added some ephemera and some other bits and pieces as well, but mostly the majority of this layout came from one sheet of paper, so that's pretty cool. So just getting all those little bits stuck in place, and seeing what else I can get in. I did manage to get in my broom hair don't care on top of my photo. This one here that says Happy Halloween, not a chance. I've covered up way too much of the layout already, so and there was nowhere for me to put that. Okay, so number 31 is a great item of ephemera or embellishment to put onto this layout, because obviously it was the 31st of October. I really like having 31 just written on my Halloween layout, so I wanted to put that in place. So that is now in place at this bottom little cluster that I've got going on there. So just adding some little twiddles of silver thread now, one there behind my photo, and then I'm going to come and add another one as well. Just to make sure that I've got little bits of the silvery thread showing. I like to have kind of glitter and sparkle on my layouts, especially something a bit supernatural like this one. So it's nice to have the silvery thread shining there. So I've got another cluster, so another twiddle underneath the pumpkin there. This is Boo to You, and then I'm adding another one to the bottom left of my photo as well. So 3 little twiddles here today. Okay, so I'm getting there, nearly done now. So I just want to make sure everything's stuck down at this point. So make sure that nothing's going to fall off when I don't want it to. Yeah, just have a little tidy up there. So yeah, I'm almost ready to go now, almost finished now. So I just want to handwrite in some journaling. There's not a huge amount to write. We were just going out trick-or-treating, so it's not a huge story here. Just one of the boys in our group was absolutely terrifying, dressed up as it. Theo was a bit tired after a long day and late night, so he wasn't too happy. But we had a great time trick-or-treating nonetheless. So I've just written about that down the bottom there. And I also wanted to add in some big blobs of Indian ink, or some little splatters actually here and there. Normally I go big with Indian ink, but I've just gone for small black splatters, used a paintbrush, and just added to a couple of areas on my layout there. And so yeah, that is my layout complete. So make sure you head over to the Bramble Fox store to see what Halloween goodies you can pick up. Thank you so much for joining me. That was Niki Rowland for Bramble Fox.